In prepare to vomit news.
It takes a lot for me to vomit.
Me too. I tried to be bulimic once, and that's never.
You think you would vomit?
You tried to be bulimic? Yeah, like.
And you failed at it?
In school, all my friends were bulimic, and they were, yeah, that was like a thing. And
That's white girl struggles.
not saying that you should be bulimic. By the way, do not be bulimic. It's terrible for you. All their hair fell out.
Yeah, and your teeth.
And their
Nasty.
teeth. It was bad. But yeah, I wanted to fit in, and I couldn't throw up. I could not make myself throw up. I couldn't do it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I could make myself throw up right now. Easily.
Really?
Yeah, because ever since my senior year, when I didn't know what my alcohol tolerance was, and I had like alcohol poisoning or whatever, I drank 16 solo cups halfway filled with vodka.
That is not good at all.
Or just drinking. I didn't really know what my tolerance was, and then I was throwing up literally for like 8 hours straight, like just dry heaving there, and then they gave me bread to absorb it. I just kept throwing up, so my gag reflex got so I got so in tune with it that if I want to, if you give me 30 seconds, I could throw up right now.
So connected to it.
That is the most ridiculous talent I've ever heard in my life. And I can't believe you failed at being a bulimic.
Well, I didn't quite fail because then another way of purging is by exercising too much. So I would exercise for like 4 hours a day. So it was like
Yeah, but it's not worth it at that point.
No, it's not.
They just do it right into like a water bottle and they're fine.
Oh, that's why I was.
Let's eat pizza. All right.
Or they would do this thing where they just chew it and spit it out.
What the?
I like food too much for that.
You don't get the pleasure until you swallow it.
That's
Here
what
we
she
go.
said. Okay. Submitted by Jamalian Sexpert.
Oh, who's that?
One of our hookers, I guess.
Here are the 10 grossest sex acts as described by Urban Dictionary.
I know one of them.
Bill Cosby.
Just kidding. I don't know one of them, but I just invented one in my mind. Do you think this would make you throw up because you have a strong gag reflex? Let's say I took a shit on a plate, and then I jizzed on it to make my own homemade Hostess bar.
So I'm saying
On a plate in your mouth.
I'm saying, so it's hard for me to throw up, but unless I'm like interacting with it. So if
Yeah.
I could smell your shit, I'll
With the jizz on
gag.
top.
I don't know if I can throw
And I'll
up.
jizz in an S shape like that.
Jizz doesn't fucking gross me out. So I think it's just the shit, regardless of what topping you put on it. It's gross. And the smell.
And a splash of pee on it.
The Dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, as long as I don't have to interact with it, I'm good.
I don't care about the toppings.
Yeah, I think the shit is repulsive enough. Like, I don't care if you put a fucking Mexican flag on it.
Oh, girl, wait till you hear these.
Okay, tell me.
Last night I read this and I gagged so many times. So if you guys don't like gross things,
Keep watching. Just walk away.
I'm like, sorry.
Or get a trash can, put it next to you just in case.
Yeah. Just don't
Yeah,
let
you know you're a cheese so you know you want to hear anyway. So
All right. So we're gonna start easy, okay?
Okay.
They all have titles, right? So Charizarding.
That sounds funny.
Okay, Charizard's a Pokemon.
What do they do? Just fucking light a fire in their ass while they're fucking riding the cock?
No.
Oh, what is it?
When you light a girl's pubes on fire, put it out with your jizz, then flap your arms and say, "You don't have enough badges to train me."
Nobody does that.
First of all, girls don't have pubes anymore.
they're coming back.
And then hair burns like this. Like there's no way you have enough time to jizz on it.
Coming back, bro.
Basically, you're just jacking off on something.
You know what I thought it was? I thought like, let's say guy does a girl missionary and then she reaches around with a lighter and lights his butt hairs on fire.
That's a lot.
She doesn't have to reach around.
Charizard while you're fucking doing it.
I like yours better, dude.
Okay, next one.
That's what I need. I need my butt
Land
hairs.
shark. This one's kind of funny.
The hair shark?
The land
Land.
shark.
Land shark.
So this one's funny and dangerous.
Charizard.
It's when the woman braces herself facing a wall naked, hands against the wall, legs spread, bent over so that her ass is lusciously jutting out.
I like it.
The guy is also naked as well as stiff-cocked, walks to the opposite end of the room, places his palms together and raises them above his head, and begins chanting the theme to Jaws. Given some predetermined signal, the guy sprints toward the girl at full speed with his pelvis out, fin protruding, and rams her dead square in the ass.
Oh, he's gonna break his dick.
In the ass.
Break his dick.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't even sound physically possible unless she's had like
A lot of like gauging.
He's got to
Say he's gonna break his dick.
When he's about to approach, you gotta go da-da-da at the very end.
that's 007, right?
You know what the problem with these are? It's like because it's
No,
not
Mission Impossible.
realistic, it's not fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not grossing me out because.
But let's do the next one.
No, I told you we're starting easy.
Okay.
How about we jump to a middle one?
No.
Sometimes get my stomach turn a little
Not
bit.
yet.
We are ready to vomit, and this is not vomit inducing.
She did say it was funny.
This sounds like a lonely virgin that.
Yeah.
Just imagining all this shit.
Like little kids on 4chan.
They're trying their best. Okay.
All right, next one. Balkoozie.
I like the way it sounds.
In a
So-
jacuzzi. You go in a jacuzzi and your balls float.
No. So this is when you place your nuts in a bowl of warm water, then have a girl put a straw into the bowl and blow bubbles under your balls.
That sounds dope.
Sounds pretty creative.
Yeah, not that.
It's a lot of work though.
It's like a 5-year-old came up with that. It's like a jacuzzi for my bowels.
I have a girl put warm water in her mouth and she gargles, and then I slowly dip my nuts into it.
That sounds a better one. You guys are making up better ones than the fucking list, dude.
That's a better book.
Because you've had sex before.
There's a move called Fire and Ice, where they get an ice cold drink and a hot tea, and then they give you the blowjob with it's a song of fire and ice.
Oh, I like
They
that.
warm it up and then they fucking cool it down, and then they warm it up and cool it down.
You can also do that with wintergreen gum. You just like chew it.
You blow on it.
Yeah.
But how do you warm it up?
Well, your saliva's warm and then the mint is cool.
You know
and
what
it's
she's
like,
talking about?
Icy hot.
like a mint
Okay,
dick.
so this one's called the Flying Camel.
It's a vagina somewhere.
It sounds like an In-N-Out burger, but let's go ahead.
As your gal is laying on her back,
Gal.
and you are hammering her from your knees, you very carefully move forward and prop yourself without using your arms on your dick while it's still inserted in her vagina. You then proceed to flap your arms and let out a long, shrieking howl, much like a flying camel. Strictly a classic move.
Wait, what?
I don't get it.
I don't even get
So
what.
boring.
Yeah.
It made me laugh because I totally visualized it.
I can't visualize it.
Doing that and then letting go your hands, like propping yourself with like your dick in her, and then you.
So far, none of this is gross. It's
Yeah, not
just
yet, not
weird.
yet.
How's that even a camel though? I mean,
This is just very tiring sex.
Yeah.
The fucking ball koozie though?
I like that.
I want to try that.
Now we're gonna get started on the gross.
That's what I've been
Has to be a boba straw too.
Alright, the Kentucky Klondike Bar.
Sounds delicious.
Like poop.
Poop and cum.
Jizz for sure.
I love Klondike bars.
Kentucky.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
I do something gay.
It's the act of freezing a bowel movement and sexually penetrating another with the frozen bowel movement. So you freeze a piece of shit and you
Oh,
use
then
it
you
as a dildo.
A 14-year-old came up with this shit.
That's gross.
That's Eskimo fucking, isn't it?
But why is it Kentucky?
I don't know.
It's not even that cold over there. And they're not known for freezing their
They
shit.
should have said like Eskimo dildo.
Yeah.
That's a better name for it.
Their branding's off.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Alright, next one. The Panamanian Petting Zoo.
I like some of these names though.
When one forces one's partner to pick the nuts and corn out of a bowel movement,
Ew.
the partner then presents the nuts and corn in a cup or dish. One then tosses the nuts and corn onto the bed where the partner eats them like a goat or other typical petting zoo animals.
That's so fucking weird
A lot of
shit.
prep. You gotta eat corn and nuts for,
A lot of
And then
work.
put it out, and then pick it out and
and then
do
put it on there, and then have your partner eat it.
I thought it was you find like a hairy Latin lady and you just pet her back. Like a Panamanian petting zoo.
Hairy Latin lady.
I think that's Armenia.
Well, it's Panamanian, so I was like, oh, you've got to be from Panama, like Central America.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's just a hairy Panamanian lady.
And you just pet her.
It's better.
With just a little tiny comb and just fucking comb it.
I like that.
Next one is the Alabama Hot Pocket. Now this has 3 definitions.
Oh, I miss those things.
The first one is the art of separating the vagina lips and taking a shit inside.
Ugh.
Alabama's fucked up.
The second one, the Alabama Hot Pocket is a special fetish maneuver that roughly involves taking a shit into a woman's vagina, typically followed by a good old fucking. The term Alabama originated from a lesser known but additional practice that involves porky pigging the female who has received the hot pocket. In Alabama, you see, good old redneck boys, when bored, would fuck pig troughs or large wet piles of mud. To properly perform the porky pigging, one must take a massive shit into the vagina without spreading the lips. This creates a core that enters the woman and then dregs that explode out all over her. By randomly stabbing with the cock, one will successfully pork pigging the girl.
Everything just sounds like an infection.
It does.
Yeah.
That causes a UTI for show.
On both parties.
I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone ever does those kind of things.
I don't think anyone does it.
But I do believe
The jacuzzi
boys
ball thing.
fucking pigs though.
Yeah.
So the third definition is a vindictive procedure where a man wearing a condom uses a liniment such as
Liniment.
liniment as a icy hot or bent gay type heating rub as a condom lubricant to give the sexual partner a nasty, painful surprise.
Ow.
So it's just so you want to hurt somebody.
Yeah, that's a vindictive one.
Okay.
The next one, cold lunch. There's 2 definitions.
Come for sure.
The simple sexual act of forcing yourself to throw up into another person's mouth, usually in the result of the other person eating it.
Ew.
That's a warm lunch.
Exactly, that's not a...
Bird feeder, dude.
Isn't that warm lunch?
I feel like that's real.
Warm and sour.
That's an acidic lunch.
So that's the first definition. The second definition
Bird
is
feeder.
when a man pisses and freezes his piss into the shape of a dick, he then has the
How do
woman
you piss in
suck...
the shape of a dick?
You gotta find that dick ice tray first.
There's dick ice tray molds.
You gotta go on Amazon to find that shit first.
It gets really, really gross. He then has the woman suck both his dick and the frozen piss popsicle at the same time until she eventually winds up with a mouthful of piss, slush, and cum.
Like this? So she holds both like that?
So your dick's gotta be small or the
That's so gross, dude.
popsicle.
That's nasty.
2 more definitions I forgot.
These aren't even creative.
To be deep-throated so hard you regurgitate on your partner's penis and continue sucking.
That's happened.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then the last one is the act of vomiting directly into some chick's head while she's performing fellatio.
Ugh.
But why does that turn
I
people
feel
on?
like people are so sexually deprived that they get crazier and crazier.
Which one made
and
you
this
get?
happens.
Oh, the last one. I'm saving worst for last. Next one. Can a bunkport surprise? Secretly, sneakily, the man fills his mouth to near bursting with New England clam chowder. Then, whilst performing cunnilingus on a woman, he simultaneously punches both of his cheeks, thus blowing the clam chowder up the woman's vagina.
But you can't do cunnilingus with the fucking clam chowder in your mouth. It doesn't make any sense.
Unless you put it in the cheeks and they'll...
Maybe it's like this.
That's so whack though. What woman's gonna like that shit?
Looking like a
What woman likes
goldfish.
any of this shit?
That shit's
Who likes to get eaten out like this? With the fucking little nut.
It's a lot of work to do all this bullshit.
This is the last one and the worst.
I would have just swallowed the clam chowder because it's delicious first. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just knocked out from the food coma.
So this is munging or munging. The definition says the one thing worse than genocide. One must first
What?
no shame. Then he/she must use a newspaper to find the obituary of a recently deceased man or woman. Then must find a buddy with no shame who will aid them in this act. The partners then go to the cemetery where they dig up their victim and flip a coin. The loser, or winning depending on how sick you are, applies his or her lips to the genitals or anus of the corpse, while the other partner proceeds to climb the nearest tombstone and elbow drop the corpse's stomach, thus forcing out a blend of rich bodily fluids and embalming materials onto the partners. This blend is
This
called
is just necrophilia. Necrophilia.
It's not even that. It's just like a kid that just sat around and said, "Oh, what's the grossest thing I can think of?" Like it's God.
Yeah, that's why this is all on Urban Dictionary. I think like
But it doesn't affect me at all because it's not relatable. Like I know you can't dig up all that dirt. There's fucking 6 feet.
actual gross things that people really do.
Yeah, that would actually affect me.
Also, child, when they bury bodies, they put a fucking like 5,000-pound slab on the thing, so you can't even dig it up.
Yeah.
Ew.
yeah. So I was reading.
Some people have stupid imaginations. It's nasty.